Hi, welcome everyone. This is our episode 4 at 0 to Value. Everyone says the finished degree, but no one talks about the late nights in the sports lab. My guest today is wrapping up an incredible era. He is graduating this spring quarter 2026 with his master's in kinesiology from Louisiana Tech University. But before he walks across that stage, he stood on the pitch managing elite athletes for the Nepal National Football. Aragya Khadka, Dai, huge congratulations on graduating and welcome to Zero to Value.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you invited me over here, and I'm very excited for the next 1 and 2 hours of our conversation.
I'm so happy to have you here. How does it feel to look back at the person when you first arrived at Louisiana Tech and now you are about to graduate?
No, first, since I came here for masters, and since the Louisiana Tech system follows the quarter system, the time flies, the time flew so fast. And because of the quarter system, because of that 10-week schedule system, it is so hectic during the quarter system. And as I work for TA, I work as a teaching assistant. I teach weight training, I teach tennis class, and I teach racquetball class. In addition to that, I do have a 6 hour credit of taking the class as well. So it was very hectic in between, and plus I was involved in research project with my professor as well. So it was a very learning environment. Since I come from, as you already mentioned, I come from Nepal football team background. I always wanted to do something in sports, and this past 2 years, I totally gave my life in the context of sports research. So yes, time flew so fast, and by at the end of this quarter, I feel so confident. I feel still so many things to be learned, still so many things to be discovered. But still, I feel that 2 years back, what I was, I am more better and more knowledgeable than what I used to be.
Okay, that's awesome. I will miss you so much. Not only me, but the whole Nepali community will miss you because your contribution in the Nepali community at Louisiana Tech is very, very good, helping students with transportation because we lack that here and guidance. I still remember when you came in fall 2024, right?
Correct?
Yeah, it was a good memory, and we were in the same uh apartment, not in the
Apartment.
same apartment, but in the same area.
Yes,
That's
kind
Town
of.
apartment.
Yeah.
And I also first, it was my first time at Take Town, and I moved there in
Hmm.
fall 2024.
It was a very good environment that time.
Yeah,
And too many Nepalis were there, and it has such a unity we had, and we used to sit together, eat dinner, eat together, have a lunch together, dinner together, or maybe a cup of tea or coffee sometimes. It was a very good environment back then. Yeah, and the good thing is, the respect that I received over here from all the juniors that I really appreciate. They gave me lots of respect. They always, whatever used to be their problem, they used to call me, Aragya, please, can you come over here? The way they appreciate me, the way they acknowledge me, the way they respect me over here, I truly admire that. And awesome, how fast the time flew. I wish I can stay here for a few period of time, but can't. Still, I have got some other
yeah,
responsibilities now. Now I have to make some money. I have to have some clinical experience as well.
I
Yeah.
serve people.
But it was very good environment. Yeah, 2 years. How fast the time flew.
And it's not only that you got respect from the juniors, also in return, we got guidance from you, support from you. I still remember our friend Suzel
Yes.
when he got broken somewhere here near Soldier. You were the one who helped him and what things to do, guided him. That's something that we received from our seniors at Louisiana Tech, and that makes us feel really supportive. Home, second home, I would say. For me, it's second home where I
Yeah.
get guidance from seniors like you and even from the university. So it's like back end or
Yeah, it's
take
like
give,
give and
take
take.
give.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a very bad incident happening with the Suzelle, with the broken. This is called as your clavicle. I still remember I was at class that time. They were playing this one intramural soccer, and all of a sudden he fell down in the ground and He came to the class. I could see his shoulder was swollen up over here immediately, and he couldn't move his shoulder. I doubted something. Maybe it could be a fracture. I need to do a X-ray. But again, since we are international student and since we have different kind of policy over here, we couldn't do the X-ray that night. And he
Mm,
was very worried. And I wanted to say him that there might be some serious issue, but he was looking very scared that time. And the other day and the next day, we took him to the hospital. We did X-ray, and it was a shoulder or clavicle fracture, and he had to go through the surgical procedure, and he had to take some few days rest. And since I was only from the medical background, I think in Alitech, then I feel that it is my responsibility to take care of him. So yes, a very bad incident, but one of the reason why we were united was because of his clavicle fracture as well. One of the reason all the Nepalese again we had a get together. We always
mm.
were tied up because of his I guess shoulder or clavicle fracture. And I wish nobody will go through such kind of pain. And
Yeah, staying away from family, from country, and it's good if such thing not happens and we stay safe, everyone,
yes.
and they complete their study.
Hmm.
You have been on the sidelines for the Nepal National Football Team. When a star player goes down, the crowd is shouting and the coach is looking at you. You have less than a minute to make a definitive choice. How do you keep your pulse completely calm under that kind of real game pressure to make a clear, accurate, and clinical decision?
See, I will be very honest with you. In my early days as a sports physiotherapist, and whenever I had to go in the field, I used to be very scared. I used to panic at that moment. I always wished, please, I don't want to go on the ground. But later on, as with the experience, I realized that, okay, it is me, and I have been given that responsibility. Now I should be serious enough, or I should have that, you know, I should be, or what you say, with that experience, you maintain the calmness and coolness. And plus, when you see such that cases over a period of time again and again, obviously, automatically, you know what are the things to be taken care of inside the field. So as the time passed by, yes, in the early days of career, I used to panic, but later on with the experience, I started to be very calm, composed, and plus, we do have such kind of training in
Mm.
our clinicals that we have to maintain that composure. We have to maintain that uh, pressure. So yes, and I feel so blessed that every dream of every physiotherapist who they always want to represent their nation, and luckily I was one of them. So I don't want to miss that opportunity. And so fortunately, after completing my degree, physiotherapy degree, I was within a 2 to 3 months of time, I was called in the national team. That is a dream for every people of Nepal or every physiotherapist of Nepal. You get that is the highest degree of achievement one can have if you're in the field of physiotherapy. You are representing your country, and I didn't want to miss that opportunity. So that comes automatically with the experience, with the responsibilities, and with the faith and belief of the players and the staff.
Honestly, I'm speaking. I'm blessed to have you here today, and oh, I'm expecting a very good conversation with you. And I'm so blessed to have you here today. Someone who have served national level physiotherapy for national team players. That's really awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that words. And plus, and since then, after I worked for 2 years for Nepal football team, and plus I worked for A Division Football Club, which is the champion team of Nepal. And after that, I realized that I still have to learn lots of things in the field of sports rehabilitation. So that always I feel that I was not doing enough service for the Nepali football players. Then I have to improve my knowledge. I had to gain more experience. So that is why after being in the national football team also, I realized that okay, I should have more knowledge. Then I wanted to continue my journey in the sports. So I came back over here, Louisiana Tech, and how fast the time flew. Within 2 years, obviously I met you and all rest of the Nepali peoples, and
Aragya Dai, so whenever someone, an individual,
Mhm.
they reached at some point, you were only like when you were back in Nepal, you were physiotherapy for national level team. I feel some individual they stopped at that moment and they feel okay, this is what I want and I'll keep up to this and I'll go and serve the national team. But you thought out of the box and you came to United States for your master in kinesiology. How does this happen? If let's say someone at your position in Nepal and they want to do best in their life, but they are scared to take further step, the next
Correct.
step. They feel like, okay, this is only I can see. But how they can stay further and they can progress themselves, they can elevate, create themselves so that they can serve the national team more, in better way.
Yes.
So how one can think in simple, I would say, how one can think out of the box and guide them like themselves, how they can increase their knowledge even though they have reached at some potential.
First of all, it should be a passion. You should be very passionate, and you should respect your profession. If you feel that there comes a time that you feel like, okay, I have only enough amount of knowledge. Still, lots of things has to be learned, and still I can do lots. I can do, I can improve a lot in my field. And in my context of Nepal, I feel that I had only certain, or I had restriction to improve my knowledge. I mean, I had only limited access to the knowledge.
Mm, okay.
I feel I feel that because of the advancement of technology, the way other players in the other countries they are doing rehabilitation, and the way I am doing rehabilitation is completely different. I am not up to the mark. Our Nepali football team, our rehabilitation team, still we are not that up to the mark. The way other players are doing rehabilitation. See, human body is same, right? Injury is same almost in all football players or in the almost all sports. The way other physios are doing rehabilitation of their player and the way I am doing the rehabilitation of their player, in when I compare that, I feel that I'm still on the lower side. So that made me feel that okay, I'm not doing justice to the players. So time has come to upgrade my knowledge. So I approached to various kind of universities. I approached to various kind of professors who are doing very best in the field of sports physiotherapy. And luckily, I was able to talk to my HOD professor over here, and he was very much and then we had a Zoom interview. He was very much impressed with my resume, and good thing that he gave me TA when I was back in Nepal. He told that I need a teacher as well over here. Since you come from sports background, and since you know rehabilitation, I can give you 2 to 3 classes to teach over here, which will pay
Wow.
you for you, which will pay your fee, which will pay and which will give you some extra additional pocket money as well. And I would like to have you in our team. So that what made me come over here. Actually, it was all about passion. I love sports. I used to play cricket and soccer. Not that I was an average player. Average cricket player, average soccer player, average basketball player, average volleyball player. So I felt that okay, I I'm I was very much clear in my mind. I want to do something in sports. So I wa- and what a- and sports rehabilitation or sports physiotherapy is what I love the most. I later realized that while I was doing my physical therapy degree, then passion was always there. That I always wanted to be a better version of myself than before. So that is why I came over here. And good thing is USA has lots of opportunities if you are interested. It just requires an email or it just requires a text message to that particular person with whom under you want to work with.
Just a step, but try.
Give a
Give a
try.
try.
Yeah,
That's really great that you just didn't limit yourself up to Nepal, but you see the outer world, how their physiotherapy are
yes,
performing, how they are serving to their national team players.
correct.
Great. I like that. It's gonna be interesting conversation.
I'm excited. I'm already
Yeah.
excited for that.
Okay. What is the biggest misconception regular people have about what a sports physiotherapist actually does?
The biggest misconception would be massage. They normally, in the context of Nepal, I worked for there almost 3 years in Nepal. I worked for in a hospital. I worked in a private clinics. I worked for national football team. I worked for a football team club wise as well. The biggest misconception is that people think that physiotherapy is a massage. No way, physiotherapy is not only about massage. Yes, we do provide some kind of massage technique, but having said that, physiotherapy is all about exercise. It is there are several aspects we look after. We look after the agility, that means how you run. We look after your coordination, how your hand and eye and muscles react. We look after your balance, we react of your reaction time. And again, in the field of physiotherapy, we have several components. I am very much interested in sports. My friend, they are interested in neurological condition. That means they look after stroke who has got paralysis. They are very much interested in that. One of my friend is very interested in treating the elderly population. That means those who are above 65, 70, those who are bedridden patient, they can't do any kind of exercise. So he's more towards the geriatric rehabilitation. Again, one of my friend, she is very interested in doing pediatric. That means on children,
Mm.
those children who are very disabled, she is very much interested in doing rehabilitation for children. So again, we have a physiotherapy. They say that physiotherapy is only about massage. No, physiotherapy has several branches. One of the branches which I am interested is the sports physiotherapy. I
Okay.
continued my sports back in Nepal, and now I am here doing my again sports physiotherapy in the US as well.
So there are a lot of branches here.
Exactly.
What's that branch called? The one who wants to serve elderly people and involve them in exercise.
That is geriatric physiotherapy.
Okay. Mm. Okay. So in your job, when an elite athlete suffers a severe injury, it doesn't just break their body; it cracks their identity. Right? They are suddenly isolated from the team. How do you guide an athlete to mentally recover? Right? And maintain their internal fire when their main vehicle of success is temporarily taken away.
Correct. Very good question. This is what we always ignore: mental health. Mental
Right.
health matters these days. Recently, I published a paper regarding this mental health in soccer, American soccer, Nepal, in Europe or in Nepal, Asian country, we call football. Recently, I published a paper, and it has been found that in the context of all over the world, Asian football players, their mental health is very much affected. We only focus on their physical performance, we focus on the exercise, and we don't focus on their mental health. And for the answer of this question is the proper communication between the players and the rehab specialist, proper communication between the players and the coaches, proper communication between the club owners or national team owners or national team other players, and plus the athlete. So it sets a benchmark. When the player is injured, we should talk to the player. What is their problem right now? What they expect from the team? What they expect from the physio? What they expect from the team owners? What they expect from the family members, right? And what is their future plan? Because it takes time for the rehabilitation. And once you are injured, your career or your will decrease by a certain amount of time. So what is your future plan for that? So a main solution or main answer for this question is the proper communication. And plus again, after once we share the goals, we'll have a structured framework. We'll make a plan for his exercise, we'll make a plan for his mental counseling, we'll plan for his when he has to come back, and what are the matches that are coming in the future, which we have to make him ready for. So the main solution would be a proper communication.
Talking about this mental and the physical, something is coming in my mind, and especially about the students, I would say. So it happens mostly in Asia, as you say,
Exactly.
and that's due to lack of communication.
Correct. We don't talk. We don't say what we are feeling inside. See, what I do, one of the main cultural difference what I noted in Asian player and the American player. Now here I work with a baseball team. Here I work under the baseball team under my professor under my HOD, and here their people are very expressive. they clearly express to the coaches, they clearly express to the rehab specialist. But in back in our country, players don't express what they are feeling inside, and they always feel that they always. Another main difference is that they always pressurize themselves. Here, back in the America, players have no much that of pressure like our players feel that kind of pressure. Here they talk with the coaches. Here they have different kind of facilities and access for the rehabilitation, right? When you are injured over here, there will be a physiotherapist taking care of you. There will be a nutritionist taking care of you. There will be coaches that is taking care of you. Strength and conditioning coaches are there. There are lots of facilities over here. So player feel that once when they are injured also, they know that they will come back. But in the context of our country, they don't talk. Players they don't talk. And even it is our weakness that we don't ask, how are you? What is happening inside you? What is your plan? That is why mental health matters, and mostly, and plus one thing is we have a bit old traditional belief. We believe that if somebody is physically fit, if somebody is physically strong, he is very strong. We have a myth. Those who can't express themselves or those who don't talk, we feel that they are very weak in the context of our country.
I think this is a really interesting topic that we need to talk.
Yes.
I have more questions
Okay,
to
go. Let's
follow
go.
up.
Let's go. Yeah.
I want to know the difference between pressure and the discipline. Let's say I'm injured, and let's assume I'm a cricket player and I'm injured. Should I be expressive to the player, hey, to my coach, hey, something happened to my knee or my hand is not working, I could not play tomorrow, I'll be off tomorrow? Or, regardless of the pain, should I come tomorrow and continue the training, follow, continue consistency, and follow the discipline? Like pressure and the discipline, what's the difference between it?
So in this case, yes, in the context of when your body is injured, you have to take a rest. And nowadays, every team, every sports, they have a medical personnel in the team. Once you come, as for example, since you are a cricket player, now you will tell that you are injured. Now you will come to me as and me as a physio. I'll take care of you. I'll check everything. If I feel or your all the data or all your scan shows that you are not feeling good, you are injured, then you have to take a certain amount of rest, right? And discipline is when once you are fit, then you have to go back to the field and again start your training. That is what is called the discipline. The, in the context of Nepal, what we see is club owners or those who are stakeholders, who are involved in the sports, they don't care of the injury. They say that I have spent this much of amount of money on you, you have to play anyhow.
That's mental pressure, right?
That's the pressure. I don't care if you are injured. I don't care if something is wrong with you. I want you to play for the team. I want you to contribute because I have spent money on you. And I in return I want that money back from you. Right? That is a pressure. Because of the pressure, mental health is severely affected in our country. What I felt working with for our sports team in past 2 years.
So mental pressure is not good for team,
Any one of you,
cannot perform
yes,
your
they
best.
cannot perform. Yes, yeah, obviously nobody likes to be bounded. Nobody likes to be under the pressure. We should give them that freedom. See, they are professional players. They know how to play, whom to play, when to play, right? So we should not give them that much of too much of pressure. Yes, sometimes pressure is too when the pressure is too much, then obviously your performance will also gets affected.
So I think it's not only about the players, but in context of Asia, in most countries, even about the children, students. So whenever student does not want to go to school or they want to follow a different major, but their parents pressure, hey, no, you have to study this, you have to study this,
Yes.
right? And as our previous talk, you mentioned proper communication be the key to reduce this gap.
Correct.
So, what would be your suggestion to parents, students? How can they have a proper communication that can reduce, you know, this kind of communication gap between them?
See, already you are the one who are suffering. Then you should be the one who should take lead of. Go and talk to the parents. Go and talk to your teachers, or go and talk to anybody with whom you are comfort with. It should be the you who should take the lead. Ultimately, it is your life. At the end of the
Hmm.
day, you will be suffering, right? And yes, and always there will be a generation gap. My parents and me, there will be a generation gap, right? The way they see the world, or the way they have a knowledge regarding the education system, and the education system right now is completely different. We have to address the gap. So it should be the you always should be that should take the lead for the proper communication. And obviously, parents they also should ask if your children are not taking, if the children are not having that good grades, or if they are not studying, you should the parents they should go and ask their children what is the problem, why your grades are not good enough, or why you are not that much focused on your studies. So yes, uh, always there will be a education gap. I mean, there will be always a generation gap. So yes, whoever is having the problem, you should go and talk or speak. That is the main difference between Asian and American. Here, the student will come and talk to me. Since I am TA, right? I work as a teaching assistant over here. I teach weight training, I teach tennis class, I teach racquetball class. The students always come and ask to me if they are having some doubt, or they are having some problem in their family, or if they are finding some difficulty while playing. They always come and talk to me. So here, this is one of the main cultural difference. They always come, they will express themselves, and will always address that gap.
So the one who is suffering, they need to take the first step. They need
Yes,
to go and communicate.
I feel so. From my perspective, I feel so because I don't know what you are feeling, right? For example, you are my student
Mm.
at weight training class. I don't know what is happening to you. So you should come and talk to me, and then only I can find ultimate another solution for you,
Right,
right? Yeah.
right. So I think this point should be really considered to every individual. If they are feeling any kind of suffering in their life, they need to communicate with the right person, the
Correct.
trustworthy person, so that they can get better guidance.
Correct.
So, uh, players, in order to perform best, they make sure they are not having any mental pressure. If they have any, they should consult with their coach, with the physiotherapy.
Correct. That's
Mhm.
what we are always trying to address.
Okay, that's really considerable point for players and even an individual. Mm. Okay, I think these questions is really great to ask with you.
Okay.
So our audience consists of students sitting at laptops, coding for 10 hours straight, or pulling all-night library grants. Right now it's spring 2026. We are at the end of the quarter.
Uh-huh.
They're studying day and night.
Uh-huh.
From a musculoskeletal
Yes.
standpoint, we are essentially abusing our bodies daily. What are the silent, long-term structural damages students are doing to themselves right now? And how can we use basic athletic alignment to fix it?
Yes. It is a very concerning question. At the with the advancement of technology, the one of the main reason why physiotherapy is growing up is because of the advancement of technology, right?
Mm.
Mostly what we do is we will be spending our 10 to 12 hours or maximum hours of a day spending on the laptops or in the computers or in the mobile phones, right? So one of the main disadvantage of that kind of technological advancement is the it affects your posture. Normally what we see, as per my experience in the field of physiotherapy, mostly people, because of continuous exposure to the laptop, they always tend to do forward head posture, all right. So that is causing your stress over your neck muscles, that is causing stress over your shoulder muscles and scapular muscles. Ultimately, it is causing your upper back pain, it is causing your neck pain, and ultimately it is causing your migraine as well because of the muscle tightness happening over this muscle. From the physiotherapy point of view, yes, if you go from the ophthalmic point of view, it is causing eye strain. That is there. It is causing eye problem. Or from the physiotherapy point of view, one of the main disadvantage what I have seen in past 2 to 3 years is that postural de-alignment. Normally, your body should be erect because of the continuous prolonged exposure of the laptops, desktop. One of the main disadvantage is that postural de-alignment. They always tend to have that forward head posture. What I have seen in mostly in the school going and the uh, office workers. So back in Nepal, what we used to do is we used to go and do a awareness program in the different kind of bank sectors
Like in Nepal.
back in Nepal.
Okay.
So, but mostly in a month or 2 months, we used to different kind of bank. I still remember Nabil Bank and NAMB Bank. I am not mistaken. They called us, and there we gave some exercise training for all those bank staffs because they used to come every time. They used to come with a complaint of neck pain and upper back
Okay.
pain
I
because
see.
they were working from 9 to 5, 6 days a week.
And
The-
continuously sitting and working lab. Okay.
Exactly. So yes. So what I felt is and once what happens because your body, your upper, your neck is in forward position, then what happens? Compensatory changes. That means since your neck is in that alignment, more stress is happening in your thoracic region, more happening is in your back region. That is why again the whole body system is completely being ruined, right? So at the long term, yes, because all the postural de-alignment. So what we do in the basically what we do in the gym also, we do is we do correction of the posture. So ultimately, whatever the damage has been done, we try to recover it. I guess answers your question.
So it might not seem very soon, but later this problem can occur.
Exactly.
And the solution for it to go gym
Going
and
and
to
gym, but again, going gym means again have a structured exercise to correct your posture.
structured exercise.
Structured
Okay.
exercise. In if you go gym and if you only do shoulder exercise, it won't work. You have to make an exercise for your neck. You have to make your exercise for back. You have to make your exercise for leg. You have to make your exercise for core. That means you have to have a structured exercise. And yes, and in between the work, take a break in between.
Mm.
Go and do some stretching for your neck muscles. Do some stretching for your back muscles. Right? Don't work 9 to 5 every day. Take a break in between. Have some physical activity. Right? So it's
I think taking a break apart from your work, that's a really a great thing one can do for themselves.
correct.
Stress-free life, enjoying the moment, going outside, hanging outside and enjoying nature.
Yes,
I think they can do the best thing for themselves.
correct. So one of the recent study was there.
Mm.
It has been found that if you are mentally strong, then obviously you will be very strong physically. It is a mental health that is superior in compared to your physical health.
Wow.
That is why we tell if there is any pain in the body, if there is any pain in the body, we always tell stress is the main cause. And for example, and one of the main reason for gastritis is the stress, mental stress.
Stress?
Yes, whenever any normally we see this in the people above 30, above 40, because they are very much stressed in their life. That is why they suffer gastritis. One of the main stress for any kind of pain in the body is the mental stress. So always we address mental stress first. We always talk about mental health in the field of medical these days. Mental health matters.
So let's say those who does not have access to gym or did not have enough time to go to gym, what sort of exercise they can do at home? Or is it possible like such they can do at home?
Obviously, yes. See, uh, obviously, this all this exercise can be done at home. No,
Okay.
it is not required to go gym. Everybody don't have gym, or everybody don't have access to gym. There are some exercise you can see in online, I guess.
Mm.
Many people have on the internet these days. You can see some exercise for your neck muscles. You can see some exercise for your back muscles. You can see some exercise for your leg muscles. So all the addressing all these exercise will help you to some extent to get rid of this kind of pain.
So doing this exercise little by little every day could be really helpful for the long term.
Exactly. So as per research since I did lots of research over here, I'll say that it takes minimum of 12 weeks to see the changes.
12 weeks.
12 weeks as per the data, but again it is an individual thing.
Mhm.
It is an average data that we did over here, and that I studied over here. It says at least performing exercise 3 to 5 times a week, at least minimum of 45 minutes, then only you will see some changes after 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Okay,
Like about a
that,
quarter.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that is normally in the field of rehabilitation. That is from the research point of view. But again, it is an individual thing. Some people might see experience a bit early, or some may not see again a bit later. Again, depends.
Yeah, it can vary from individual to
Is it
individual.
correct?
That's really interesting talk. Okay, you see a lot of people hitting the Lambright Sports Center, trying to build consistency. Based on your clinical background, what are the top two execution mistakes people make in the gym that turn a healthy workout into a permanent injury?
Next one is first one. First one I'll consider is the improper technique. People have a myth that the more you lift weight, the more stronger you will be, for which they don't care of their posture, right? Lifting the weight is all about maintaining the posture. If you have an improper technique, then you can have a serious injury. I have seen patients, those who are doing deadlift or those who are doing heavy weightlifting, they have a slip disc, they have a problem in their knobs. Yes. So one of the good friend of mine back in Nepal is a professional weightlifter. He has a knob issues problem. He has a slip disc problem because he had one night, just one bad posture. You are lifting heavy lift, and sometimes and we are human being, we sometimes try to neglect. In
Hmm.
that certain moment, he had popped his back and he got slip discs. So one of the main reason is the improper technique. Next one is a not proper recovery, I'll say. See, normally it says that once you do a heavy weightlifting, take proper recovery. Do recovery for 24 hours minimum, or 12 hours to 24 hours, then come back to the gym other another day, right? Or do exercise for another part of the body. If you don't have a proper recovery, then also you won't be able to build muscles. Muscles require time to build. As I already mentioned, it takes minimum 12 weeks to see the changes. So have a proper recovery. There are several other aspects, so many things we have to consider for. Again, it depends, again, as we already mentioned, how stressed you are. The less stress, the more changes you will see in the body, right? And again,
Mental health is really important.
really important in the present condition, in the present situation. Yes, back in those old days, people were not, they don't know much about mental health. But in the present situation, the world is very competitive.
Right.
Yes,
The
the
world
world is
changed so
so
fast.
fast. The world is very competitive, and lots of people have lots of desire these days.
Hmm.
Because of these unexpected desires, people are mentally very weak these days. So one of the main reason for not being physically fit is the mental stress. That is why, so mostly here we discuss about mental health in the field of sports rehabilitation these days. So last quarter I published a paper, depressive symptom in the soccer players. I wanted to look their mental health. Physically, I know, physically I can train them. I can make them do different kind of exercise, and they can be physically very strong. but mentally how strong they are, I don't know, because they don't talk about mental health. Even I don't ask question about mental health. So yes, so I'm the main reason. So one of the main concern in the present rehabilitation field is the mental health.
One question. So if someone want to read your research paper, can they access online?
Yes, it's in a research gate. So far, I have published only two papers. Two
Okay.
papers are on the way. It's in the research gate. They can.
I'll put in the description of this
Okay.
and they can access from there.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and mostly it is very ignored in the context of Asian community. So that is what I was talking about with my professor last week. In the context of Asian community, we don't talk about mental health. Here they talk about mental health. Here they provide psychological counseling. Back in my when I work for a national team, when I work for club, we were not having a psychological counselor. Only we had a physical therapist, we had a physician. That's it.
So there's no good care of about their mental health.
Correct. See, sports, since I come from soccer background, in that sports we expect lots of injury to happen, right? And the players, they are very too weak. When they get injured, they think like in back in my country, they think like their career is over. Now they start to worry now how they will feed their family because their main source of income is the football or soccer. They feel like that, okay, now I have now injury. Now I have to take care of my rehabilitation. For that I need money. I need to take care of my family. For that I need to money. I need money. So once when they get injury, the athlete develops different kind of negative thinkings. In that scenario, they require a counselor. Once they are mentally free, once they are mentally fit, then only I can take care of physically.
Right.
Yes. So that is the main thing. Mental health in the present country, the old, we need a psychological counseling, or we need someone to talk, or someone to hear.
I want to emphasize more on this part, proper communication. So what do you think? How can parents make their children take the first step when their children are suffering? What what things can be done? What do you think?
Be like a friend.
Be like a friend.
Yes.
Hmm.
See how we were grown up. Yes. We were always scared of our parents, I guess, back in our Asian community.
Agree.
We yes. But here, the in the American culture and European culture, since when I was in national team, I get chance to visit two, three different countries as well. And so I found a cultural difference. Here they are like more kind of friends. A father and son, they are more kind of like friends. When you go to the lamb ride, you'll see a father bringing his son and making him do weightlifting.
Wow.
Making him do weight training. Says they are like more kind of friends. So yes, be like a friend.
I went to Lambright last year in summer and I noticed few parents brought their oh it's just 2 year, 3 years, even more year child and make them play with in swimming pool, not in deep, but just
Exactly.
so I found that's really interesting. They
Yes.
should engage their child in sports and for sure make them expressive if they are feeling any kind of suffer. They should be able to communicate and
Yes.
understand. So being a friend can be a good way.
Yes. And giving that exposure to the children as well. See, back in our country or back in most in the Asian country, I was in India for 7 years for my study. When I came back to Nepal, mostly in our Indian community or mostly in the Nepali community, what we do, we focus on only education. The education system of our country is you have to go to school 6 days a week, that also from morning 9 to evening 6. We only focus on our theoretical knowledge, right? The system in European culture on the American culture,
Hmm.
here what is the difference is go and study for 3 to 5 in the back in the high school. Go, my some of my relatives are there back in California. How they teach their children. At the morning, the children will go for swimming. At 11 o'clock, they will go to school. At 3 o'clock, they will come back to school. And after school, they will go to park. They will play. They will do some painting. Those who are interested in volleyball, they will play volleyball. Those who are interested in basketball, they will play basketball. Those who are playing are interested in musical instrument, they will go to musical class. They will play guitar. They will play drum. Or they will some are interested in karate. They will go and do karate. So giving that enough exposure to the children, right? So it is not only about education, it is about doing some extracurricular activities as well. So that gives them an enough opportunity for the children to know what they are interested in.
Wow. So parents should give exposure to their children
Yes,
so that they can find what they're interested in.
correct. See, basic knowledge they will get from the school, right? So what we found in my back in my time, back in my time when I was in high school, I used to go school at 8 o'clock in the morning. And by the time I come home or return home, it used to be 6 o'clock in the evening. That almost six
All
days a
day.
week. Then I never got a chance to explore my interest. Later on, I realized that I like to go and talk to people. Right? I like public speaking. I wanted to be a speaker. Later on, I realized that I can be a speaker, but it was too late for me. Right? Was always interested in playing musical instrument when I was in my school days, but I never had the time to go for to play musical instrument. Right? And even I was very much interested in sports that time, but from morning 8 to 6 I used to be in school. I had no enough time to play any sports back then. So I was an average cricket player. I was an average soccer player, but but I always wanted to do something in the field of sports. So I chose sports physiotherapy. And fortunately, not as a player, but as a physiotherapist, I got a chance to be a part of my national team, which I feel very blessed and I feel proud of myself.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So, in some way, the 6 days of schooling and just the theoretical class is killing a student creativity or not letting them to further explore what they're interested in or find the passion, interested thing in life.
Yes. Yes. Again, some student might find it very helpful going 6 days at school, but one size doesn't fit all. One might be interested in some other thing. So
Mhm.
for it doesn't work for every student. I mean to say in that sense.
So at least one should try to engage in extracurricular activities by themselves, explore different kind of sports, different kind of works around.
Exactly.
Mm, that's really thoughtful, and parents needs to think about this thing.
Yes. Now now our generation should think in that sense. I feel so, right? The time is changing and the education system is changing. The need and expectation of this present world is changing. So again, going school from 8 to 6 every day, having that theoretical knowledge won't let you or won't help you that much in the present world. I feel so. We
I
have to
also
be more
feel,
practical.
mhm, yeah, I also feel practical knowledge is far better than the theoretical. That gives
Correct.
you, even when you do practically, you feel okay, you're doing something. I'll feel more okay. What happens if I do this? What happens if we do this? Like back in my school time, we studied a lot of science theory, the all this bookish knowledge.
Correct.
When I heard about the electron,
Electron, yeah.
what is it? Does it looks really? Does it exist or what is it? It's just an assumption. What is
Yes.
it? Like I didn't know. But when I came here, like later grown up, okay, so yeah, it is something that we can see with it's very tiny, tiny part. So yes, I would say if there's a practical knowledge involved, that makes our understanding more clear.
Exactly. See, one of the main difference I noted in the field of sports physiotherapy over here is a practical difference.
Practical.
Yes. I know theoretically, I know this exercise is useful for this. I know theoretically, but here they have done the research. They know if I make this exercise, this muscle will get more activated, right? For example, an athlete comes to you or a cricket player comes to you with a injury in the biceps. Back in Nepal, I know this exercise is useful for biceps,
Biceps.
but here they do study how much percentage the biceps will be activated after doing that exercise, or by how many days, within how many days performing this exercise will help athlete to recover. They are in that scenario, they are more experienced, they are more advanced than us.
So it's more precise, more detailed.
More detail, exactly. That is why I'm loving my my kinesiology over here, and I want to go in the industrial area. I mean, I want to pursue my journey here as a physical therapist.
Hmm.
That is why I'm doing my paperwork over here. Otherwise, those who are interested in the field of sport performance or sport rehabilitation, you can come here for PhD. I mean, we don't have PhD,
PhD.
we don't have PhD over here,
Oh,
but other states, or even my professor, he offered me, if you want to do PhD, then there are some other very good professors that they need a student. But I
or some
want
other universities.
some other
Okay.
universities. So, a very good friend of mine, a very good friend of my professor, you wanted some student for his sport performance side, but I want to go and continue my physical therapy journey as a clinician. I think I am better, or I think I'm good as a clinician more than a researcher. And so I want to continue that journey, and I enjoy being with patient, I
Mm.
enjoy being with client, I enjoy being with athlete, I enjoy the dressing room scene, I enjoy traveling with the team, I enjoy talking to the players. So I am going to that side. But yes, when you want to do when you more kind of research, yes, PhD in sports performance, sports rehabilitation, there are lots of opportunities, I would say that. So anyone who is watching this blog who wants to do something in sports rehabilitation, yes, PhD can be a very good option.
Okay, one question. So generally, whenever we pass our high school, after completion of our high school, we think either pursue science, commerce, uh, and do MBBS, engineering major. But you chose a different field. How does that trend does not affect you?
See, I just follow my passion. I always wanted to do something in the field of sports. As I already told that I was not that good cricket player, I was not that good soccer player, but I always wanted to do something in the field of sports. Later on, I did my own research and I found that sports physiotherapy is very good. Is very good. Good in a sense that you can be with the team, and actually you will be the man behind the scene, man behind the scene. So yes, I wanted to do something in sports, and I just follow my passion. I didn't follow the trend. Yeah, some of my friends they went for computer science. Of my friends they went for uh, architecture. But and since I was more interested in fitness area, since I was more interested in sports area, I did my research, and I'm very happy with my profession. No regrets at all. I enjoy this profession.
Fully satisfied.
Fully satisfied. So that is why I came over here. Otherwise, say I was already in the national team back in Nepal 2 years ago. I was making a very decent amount of money. My family were very happy with me, and even I was very happy. But no, I feel that still I have to learn a lot. Still I have to upgrade my knowledge. That is why I came over here. And yes, I'm very happy, blessed over here as well. So yeah, I'm very happy right now.
So let's say if this field was not something you are interested in, and you are serving as a physical therapist back in Nepal. So as it's not your interest, do you think that you would have taken a step to come to the United States for your further education, further develop your knowledge in this field?
If this was not my interest, then I would not have come. No, then maybe I by this time maybe I was not. I if I see I'm very clear in my mind. If I am not interested in that field, I won't go and follow that fit. Maybe by this time I would have followed another job, or maybe I could have done another thing in my life. See, I should, whatever I'm doing, I should justice that profession, right? I should give my 100%.
This is this
Yeah,
is awesome. So if any individual they want to like do best in their field, there's high possibility that they can do if that field is something they are passionate about.
exactly. I'm very much passionate about sports. I'm very much passionate about sports rehabilitation. And see, always I wanted to, and I'm particularly, I'm very much interested in soccer. Sometimes I feel, sometime whenever I get free chance, or I mean, whenever I get a free time, I'll approach different players, I'll approach different coaches, and I'll email them that I want to work under you. Let me tell you that last summer there was a FIFA World Cup happening in the USA,
Last summer,
Club World Cup, and I approached a physical therapist from Manchester City, and I approached him. I emailed him that I want to work under you since summer was a break time for us. And I was so happy that he texted me. He told me that because we cannot hire you like this way because we already have a fixed team, and but maybe in the future we can work together. But as of right now, we can't work or we can't hire you just because you want to volunteer. We have lots of paperwork to be done, and it's just a club World Cup that is happening only for 30 days. For 30 days, we can't bring up people, and already it's a club and it's a World Cup. Already it's a very high pressure situation, and we cannot hire an individual just for a World Cup. So I was very happy that time. At least I got a reply, although I couldn't make it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I am very much passionate, and this is one of the physiotherapy. What is I know, I don't know any other thing. I just know physiotherapy. So I enjoy doing it. Let me do, or let me enjoy till when I can. And once
that's
I stopped enjoying, then I'll leave this field.
that's great that you try to reach out to that Manchester person,
Yeah.
whoever was it. Taking a step is really, I would say, it's really great. Sometimes you may get a good chance. At least you got a reply.
At least
That's
I was very happy back then, And maybe in the future again I'll text him once I'm done with the degree. Or maybe you never know. I like to give a try every time.
I watched a TEDx video on
Uh-huh.
YouTube,
Uh,
and the title was something you have to take the first step. You have to, you should be the first one to start. If you're interested about something, go and ask.
exactly,
Just
exactly.
go and ask. That's what we can do. It's their, their responsibility, no or yes. That's completely fine.
Yes.
But in most cases, as per the video, if I say, obviously it would be differ what things you are asking.
Correct.
Uh, but if you go to an individual and ask for, hey, can I have a short talk with you? Can we have a short conversation with you about this topic? Can you refer me for this particular job? You know, either they can suggest you or they can help you with that. He gave an example about a Majan driver. I think the driver came to some sort of delivery to that guy place,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and he has, hey, can I drive your car?
Uh-huh.
He let him drive his car. So you just need to reach out.
Correct.
Just try to reach out. That's what you can do.
True, true,
Uh,
exactly.
The other part is completely dependent upon the other individual.
Yeah. At least you tried. That
Yes.
what matters. Yeah.
Glad you tried. You got the response. Hope.
Maybe in the future, cross fingers.
Yes. Okay. You already achieved high tier success, a solid clinical reputation, and a national team leadership back home in Nepal. Yet you chose to pack up, cross the world, and start a master's in kinesiology at LA Tech. Why did you decide that your education wasn't finished? What was the international exposure you were hunting for? I think we already discussed more
Well,
about this coming to
yeah.
United States. Let's talk about the part. What was the international exposure you were hunting for here?
See, the European community and the American community in the field of sports rehabilitation, they are very much advanced. They are very much very good equipment, better equipment than ours. I was stuck with those old traditional machines. I was stuck with those old traditional exercise plan. I always wanted to explore my knowledge, and I always wanted to have more kind of practical experience. So that what I was looking for, and fortunately, God is great, and I landed over here. So yes, back in our community, still we are surrounded with that theoretical knowledge. Still we are surrounded with that kind of old concept machines, old concept equipments, and still we don't have that more kind of practical experience. So for that I came over here, and yes,
I'm so happy now you're graduating.
and I'm finally, and yes, I'm graduating. Yes, these 2 years was hectic. I mean, see, but enjoyed. I learned a lot. That was that what I always wanted, and that what I got over here. I feel so happy. I feel so overwhelmed.
Although it was challenging but
It yes,
fruitful.
yeah, it was challenging, but yes, ultimately the goal was to learn new things, and ultimately yes, I achieved. Still so many things to be learned though, but yes, I when I compare myself 2 years ago and what after 2 years, yes, I'm a better Aragya Khadka. I'm a better sports physiotherapist.
So you're better of your own version than 2 years
Exactly.
ago.
Yes.
Okay, now that you have experienced both environments, what is the biggest difference in how the USA approaches sport science and human performance compared to the system in Nepal? What is one framework Nepal should adopt immediately?
One is one would be a documentation. Documentation means, in a sense, we do a random setup exercise back in Nepal. Here, everything is planned. When a player comes to me, I'll look at I'll see overall his body. I will address all those I'll address, or I mean, I'll do treatment of every individual aspect. Back in Nepal, the athlete will come, we'll do a treatment. That's it. We won't take care of his mental health. We won't take care of the rest of the body parts. If we are coming here for example, elbow pain, I look after here where the pain is coming from and what are the other things that can happen in the future. But in Nepal, when you come elbow pain, I'll treat only elbow pain and you are good to go.
But here they find the reason. What's the reason for
What's the
that?
reason for? Yes.
The
We'll do a
root
detailed study. What are the muscles being affected and since how long? And the main thing is here is a documentation. I'll know when you come with me elbow pain, I can see all the records of your. Do you have a previous history of elbow pain or not? Were you taking any kind of medicine or were you taking any kind of treatment for your elbow pain or not? I will have a record. I will have a data, so I can accurately say or I can accurately predict what will happen in the future, and I'll take care of that too. But back in Nepal, I'll focus on that elbow pain only. That's it. So one of the main difference is the documentation. We have to take care of documentation.
So one could be the documentation,
Yes,
and another, as we discussed, mental health,
mental
taking
health,
care of their mental
mental
health.
health. Yes. Next one is the equipments. Here they
Equipment.
have a very well advanced equipment that is required in the context of modern football or that is required in the context of modern soccer. Right? In Nepal, we have very old traditional equipments. These are not that good, which are not that good either. So yes, we need more kind of advanced equipment because the football or soccer is being very competitive and the amount of matches they play in the present world, those kind of equipments are not well suited in this modern world. So we need more kind of advanced equipment. So I realized all these because of all see when there was a point I met one of the physical therapists from Bhutan or somewhere I forget. He was also looking after national football team. I was also looking after national football team. But the amount of knowledge he had, he was at this level and I was somewhere here. See, we both had at the nation. He's representing his nation. I am representing my nation. But the amount of knowledge, the amount of experience, and the amount of confidence he has while rehabilitating a player, and me, when I compared myself to him, he was very much advanced and he had very much good amount of knowledge. That time also made me realize that okay,
Mhm.
see, we are at the same level, but still he is so far, or he is so better than me. Then I think I should take the lead, and I think I should uh, come out of my comfort zone.
I would say
Yeah,
that's a good comparison.
yeah,
You compared and you felt inside, okay, this is something lacking in me. I need to increase my knowledge. I need to make my confidence more stronger.
correct.
And you
Yes,
came here. That's awesome.
yeah. See, when you see a friend of yours better than you, obviously, and always try to compare yourself with a better person than yourself. Then you will always find a reason for progress in life, right? And coming here was a very good decision in my life. I feel that
What is the best moment of yours at Louisiana Tech? Interesting.
there are so many things, not as the best moment. See, one of the one of the main best thing was uh, at the first I talked with my professor in the gym call. The other day he offered me a TA position. See, I just wanted to come to US. He is offering me a job via a Zoom call. He's paying my tuition fee. He's paying giving me some salary. That was all I always wanted, right? See, one of the best moment. I was earning money in Nepal as well. I was happy, but ultimately, but via a Zoom call, the somebody notice your talents, no somebody notice your knowledge, and he's offering you a job, and he's paying you certain amount of money as a salary. See,
That's
that
good.
that is great for that is very good, for us who are coming from Nepal.
Mm-hmm.
We Once your visa is approved, then you will feel stress how to pay the money for fee, right? How to pay for the room rent, how to pay for groceries. Now, ultimately, my all financial stress is gone. And next one, when I come over here, and again he gave me two more kind of different scholarship. One scholarship is for best international student, that pays me around very good amount of money. And next one also one more scholarship I was awarded. So yes, so there are so many moments, and this is a professional based moment, and personally wise very good amount of I made a very good amount of friends. This is very best moment. And one of the best moments is I got a call for a FIFA World Cup volunteer. That is also one of the best
The
moment.
upcoming FIFA.
Yeah, this FIFA World Cup volunteer is happening this July.
Wow.
Now I have to schedule that also. One of the best moment would be that too, right? And more importantly, US gave me a platform to improve myself, to be a better version of myself professionally, as a person wise also, right? Professionally, yes, it gave me last quarter I did a full 3 months of internship in the sports clinical rehabilitation side. So there I was treating soccer player, there I was treating basketball player, there I was treating baseball players, like one to one, right? So it gave me that time I realized that there are if that time what I realized that okay, I have to learn a lot, but I can treat a player now. The player I can, if any athlete or if any uh, patient comes to me now, I can treat them. I can treat him. I know because I know how I know how the medical system of US works,
Now you're confident.
and I'm confident enough. Yes, and that's what I always wanted. That was I always dreamed of back in Nepal, right? And whatever I was in the television, see, from a physical therapy point of view, I always see in the YouTube, or I always see in the podcast, what are the things the physical therapists from the other people, physical therapists from rest of the world are doing. Now I'm doing the same thing, right? So I feel. very happy, very blessed, and yes, I'm been God has been great with me. Whatever I have dreamed of, I'm achieving everything slowly. Yeah.
We are so happy for you, so happy for you.
Thank you so much.
So, after graduation, what are you going to do?
I'll take a break, and because I'm now right now I'm doing my paperwork for my physical therapist journey.
Research paper?
I mean, I'm doing my research paper is going on. Still we are working on two papers. Maybe I'll be working with that my professor, and beyond that, I want to continue my physical therapy journey in US. So I'm doing paperwork for that, and let's see. I still,
Do you
but
have any plan to pursue PhD later in your life?
PhD, I may not be doing PhD because I'm good as a clinician. I do enjoy being with team. I do enjoy being in the dressing room with the team. I do enjoy making exercise to the players. So maybe I'll be continuing as a clinician. Maybe PhD. As of right now, I don't have plan for PhD. Maybe in the future,
No,
I
no,
don't know.
okay.
Yeah,
So, you treat different athletes. They could be from different game,
yeah.
soccer, baseball, basketball. So, whoever is in your job, you does it require that you need good knowledge of every game, either base play, basketball, soccer? It's just you treat the athletes. That's it. Uh,
See, that is a
how is
plus
it?
point. If you are very good with that particular sports, that is a plus point.
Okay.
Yeah, that will help you to go more in depth while doing rehabilitation. So normally that is why I watch mostly all kind of sports. And once the athlete comes to your for the rehabilitation, and again you can see, um, I always see their matches, how they play, their nature of playing, their style of playing. I'll do and do go and do YouTube search, and I'll see what their position is, what kind of injury or what kind of other factors that could be responsible for their injury. So yes, having a knowledge of that particular sports is a plus point. But if also if you are not, if you don't have a depth knowledge, later on I do my own research. See, for example, in the context of baseball, American baseball, I was not that aware of the American baseball back in my country. Once I come here, now I will do different kind of testing under the guidance of my profession for Louisiana Tech baseball team. I did my research. We watch matches, we watch YouTube videos, and yeah, learning never ends.
Awesome. I feel you have really a great time here at Louisiana Tech.
I had a very great time, and good thing I made lots of friends as well. And the American people they love playing sports, and since I do sports rehabilitation, I made lots of good friends over here as well.
Aragya, I was recently thinking that wherever we go, any new places, and as time changes, we left that place, or just time passes after 4 or 5 years. And when we think back that I was doing this, like later, 5 years later, you will think I was at Louisiana Tech studying this. Uh, my question is how one can make memorable memory in any environment or any new places they are going. So, as how you made your memory at Louisiana Tech memorable? Let's talk about that. I know you, from my perspective, I would say you are outgoing, you interact, do networking things, you talk to people. These are some things that I can think of. But how Aragya Khadka made his experience beautiful at Louisiana Tech.
So coming to that question, uh, I made lots of friends over here, and it's I think always give and take. Since I'm a bit outgoing in nature, I used to talk with the people, and the good thing is, I think the people here are too nice, so humble, right? And in return, I always got that respect. I always get that love. So yes, so one of the most beautiful thing in Louisiana Tech is that unity and the love and respect that I got from everyone or each one of all of you, including you. We are very good. You are one of my favorite over here. very hardworking nature you are. We all know that. The whole Louisiana Tech knows that actually. So yes, and there are so many things, beautiful moments we have created here. I guess lots of parties we have done together, right? And lots of servicing we have done here over here. I guess there's so many moments. Yeah,
So one could be interacting, attending events, talking.
yeah. There are so many events we attended together. I guess. Yeah. And and very grateful for those events that made us realize how the American culture looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's really made something a good experience over here in Reston for
yeah,
me too.
yes. Normally, we don't know how the American culture looks like, right? Or participating or attending those events only made us realize the different cultural perspective of
Mm.
US. Yeah. Otherwise, we know only about how the education system works here. That was something new for me as well. The cultural system, the partying system, the US. Yeah.
So, if someone wants to pursue physiotherapy as their major, what would be your suggestion to them?
See, those who want to do physiotherapy, first you should love human body. If you love human body, then you love the physiotherapy. I love human body. I love the movement happening in the human body. I love how each of the system works, right? So for that, and see, I come from a medical background. My sister both are nurses,
Mm.
so and so I was very much interested in the human body. I was very much interested in the medical side. So I decided to continue my sports physiotherapy journey. Those who are interested in physiotherapy, you will love this journey. Helping others. I one of the main. I have been always been brought up by the family as always try to help the people. Always humanity should exist. They always believe that mm, instead of going to temple, if you help the people, it matters, right? So yes, I always love to help the people. So help the people in the form of treating them. Help the people in the form of giving rehabilitation, right? So I always wanted. So I always enjoy this field. I always enjoy this field back in from my school days. So yes, if you love your human body, you come to the physiotherapy, you will enjoy this one. It is very rewarding profession. See, last day what happened? Uh, for this World Cup, Brazil coach, he named the squad of the players, and there was one player called Neymar. Neymar has not played for 43 months for his national team, almost 2 years, more than 2 years.
Mm.
And now for World Cup, he was selected. And Neymar, once his name was called on the sprint, he immediately went to his physiotherapist, hugged him, and both of them cried. This is very rewarding for a physiotherapist. Neymar is coming and giving a hug. For 33 months, he was with his physiotherapist doing his rehabilitation. And back in Nepal again, mhm, even whenever the football players get injured, they call me every time. They ask for my suggestion. It's been more than 2 years that I left Nepal, but still I have that kind of bond, and still they have that trust to me that they think that I can recover them. So yes, it is very rewarding, and you know for a person like me, yes, who enjoy treating and helping others, I physiotherapy is the best field, I guess.
By listening this, I feel like you will not do a job, but you will leave it with full passion, with full energy.
Yeah,
And seems it's not just a job, but it's a connection between two athlete and the physiotherapy, and together how they can perform the best.
exactly, correct, well said. Yeah, truly, I enjoy doing the physiotherapy. I don't know any other thing than physiotherapy. I only know physiotherapy, and that's what I'll be doing till the day I enjoy it. Once I stop enjoying the physiotherapy, then I'll stop it.
Okay, Aragya, thank you for breaking down what a light discipline really looks like. But before I let you go, I want to take a second to look at the immediate future. You are graduating from Louisiana Tech this quarter. Congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
On behalf of the entire Zero to Value community and our fellow Bulldogs, I want to say a massive congratulations again. You came across the wall from Nepal to United States, brought your expertise to our campus, and mastered your field. We cannot wait to see where you take your sport science empire next.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for inviting me over here. I wish you all the best. See, this is your first something you are again you are coming out of your comfort zone and following your passion. I truly appreciate that. I truly admire that, and I always wish you a very best of luck. I always wish you a good luck. I know you are a very good person, and you will always continue to be. I
Sure,
wish.
sure. And yeah, please keep visiting Ruston.
Yes, Roston is my second home now, and the people here are very humble, very nice, and the love and respect that I have received here, yes, it will always be a very good memory for me. And ultimately, yes, so whenever I am free, I always feel like coming over here. Let's see where life takes. But Ruston will be always a part of my heart and always be part in my memory.